Yo dudes and dudettes, your friendly neighbor JaxBlade is back. In today's video, we're going to be talking about something that I don't see a lot of people talking about, and that's doing a lot of things that make you exercise without actually feel like you're exercising. Now, I do love doing calisthenics, lifting weights and hitting the gym up and all that jazz, but sometimes it can feel like you're getting into a monotonous rut, if you will. I lift things up, I put them down. Instead of finding yourself in that rut, how about we make this more entertaining so that you can actually find numerous ways to stay active year-round and never feel like, oh, I'm getting into a boring rut, because you're having fun while you're doing it. Starting off with fitness video games. So, for example, if you have a Nintendo Switch, you know I love the Ring Fit game. It's super fun. But the cool thing about these games is, just like a regular video game, you're constantly trying to, get better at it. Like, you're trying to beat yourself, phrasing pause, and get better scores for yourself, See, I'm talking to you, I'm missing shit. That is easy, see? So, like, the cool thing about this, I'm gonna pause for a second, I'm embarrassing myself. But the cool thing about that is that you are constantly just moving around while playing a game. Like, the cool thing about games is you're always leveling up. Like when you're playing Spider-Man, swinging through the city, like it's cool to go back and replay when you're level 50 and go back and just own on these bitches, you know what I mean? But like when you're playing a fitness video game like this, you're doing combos up and down out the get-go, and it's easy, and it's just like, oh yeah, I'm moving, I'm having fun with this, because you improve physically. And that's a cool thing about Ring Fit, is the fact that you are challenging yourself every time you play that game. Now, of course, none of this is going to get you physiques that look like this or this, but that's not the point of this. The point of this is developing those neural pathways in your brain of being more active, so that you want to be more consistent, so that when you like decide, oh, this is fun, but maybe I want to go for a certain aesthetic for myself, as I talked about in my last video, so be sure to check that out. But then after a while, you could just be like, oh, you know what, that was a fun challenge, maybe I want to try challenging myself in other ways. And as I talk about later on in this video, there's several ways you can go about that, but it's just good for setting a basis. And if you're someone who's advanced, you're like, oh man, I don't want to just walk or do like jogging or other stuff. This is just a fun way to get your cardio in and get that heart rate up, and also help you lose weight and just feel better overall and give you more energy for the day. Even better, if you have a VR set, you can do a bunch of cool things. Like, for instance, you can play Beat Saber, you can box, you can play these drums over and over, do squat games, various things with this. There are hundreds of fitness games with a VR set that you can try out for yourself and get you moving on a consistent basis. And I'm telling you, a lot of them are super fun. Like, I get obsessed. Like, I really love that, like, Thrill of the Fight game. That's one of my favorites. And then Beat Saber is just so fun to just play that casually. Especially, I feel like I'm in a Linkin Park AMV every time I'm doing the doom, 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 doom. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's just like... So definitely try that out for yourself. But on to the next thing are these little fitness dice. Now, I got these at Five Below, so they were super cheap. But like, I also got this one too, and like I got another one downstairs. I got a few pairs of these, and I think you can get them from Amazon too. But like, the whole thing about these is, think of these as a D&D game. So an advanced D&D game for the fitness people out there. So you can like roll two of these. They'll give you one that's like, all right, this is the amount of reps you should do, the amount of seconds you should do, and this is for the amount of like the exercise you can do. They come with various exercises. And so what you do is you throw it like as a D&D dice, and then it'll tell you like, oh, what exercise am I supposed to do? So this says leg raises, 60 seconds. So I would do leg raises for 60 seconds. But you can actually incorporate this into your gaming if you are a gamer. So for example, let's say you're playing something and you lost your life, okay? Like, you don't know what you do. Like, oh God, I lost a life. I don't know what I'm doing here. So instead of like just going like, oh, okay, whatever, you can take these dice, throw them against the wall, and be like, okay, what do I have to do? Okay, do that. And then just do that consistently throughout your gaming thing if you're someone who's just a gamer who wants to do that sort of thing. Or you can just do it throughout the day. Like, for instance, my favorite way to use these is by taking them and then just do them like 10 different variations. I'll do it for like 10 minutes, and I'll just like throw them against the thing and see what they do. It's like, oh, do 20 reps of punches. Oh, do 30 reps of side lunges. Oh, do 60 seconds of sit-ups or something like that. And that's the cool thing, is like, it's not a mundane workout routine where you know the set program. It's gonna keep your body guessing because you're just constantly doing it, and it's just a fun way to switch it up. It's a fun way to go like, oh, that's a fun challenge. I'm gonna do that more often. I like that. And hell, you could always do it across the day. So for example, you could just like throw the dice dice and just like wake up in the morning, throw the dice, see what you need to do, boom, do it. Throw them after breakfast, boom, do it again. Throw them after like, you know, lunch, boom, do it again. You know, various things. You can always do this throughout the day, and that's a cool way of like building up your body and your neural pathways to be consistent, but also greasing the groove of your body so it knows it has to improve with certain things. And I really think these are a fun way to just, you know, better yourself. Following that, go swimming. I highly recommend swimming if you get the chance. If you don't know how to swim, go take swimming lessons and learn. Please don't go into that stereotype, because I remember on my last video on like how to train to save your life, I was like, you should know how to swim. And I understand there are a lot of people who have like, you know, anxiety. Like there are some people who are hydrophobic, they're afraid of water and stuff like that. And those people I have genuine sympathy for, and I hope you can like go to therapy and find a way to overcome that fear. But there are some people who are just like proud of the fact they can't swim. Like, man, I ain't swimming. I ain't no duck, man. Man, we ain't swimming now, bro. And I'm just like, that is just fucking pathetic. I hate that shit. Like, I hate that people like parade around a weakness. Like, oh man, I ain't gonna fucking swim and I ain't doing that shit. It's just like, and they like think it's like cool. I hate that sort of bullshit. So don't be one of those people. You can be better. Like, do not parade around your weakness on display, because that's what it is. So if you actively have the mentality like to swim back and forth, it is a fun workout. It is super fun. It's a fun exercise too, because you're working all your muscles, you're helping yourself with recovery. You're also like helping yourself if you're in a life or death situation. You're like, oh, I can swim back to shore. And also, you don't realize how much you are sweating when you are swimming. That is a cool thing about it. Like, you could be at a pool party or a pool amusement park and be just going back and forth and not realize, dang, I'm sweating buckets in this water, just because you're so moving around so frequently and just splashing back and forth. That's the benefit of it. It's just such a great exercise. You can make it as strenuous as possible, either by doing fast laps, or you could just, you know, do it casual. Like, you know, you could do it doggy paddling all around the pool, all those various things. That's a great thing about swimming. Just try it out for yourself. I couldn't film this at the pool because, like, you know, the pool near me has like this whole thing where they're just setting up to make sure everything's clear from Omicron and all that shit. But that's the thing about it. So if you're a person who has a fear of swimming or a fear of water, go to therapy. I hope you find like some peace with that shit. If you're someone who's just lazy and is like, I ain't learning how to swim and shit like that, stop being a bitch, go fucking do it. Sorry, I know I'm harsh, but I care. The only reason I'm harsh is because I care, because I hate seeing people do that. I had a friend like mine say, I ain't swimming, I ain't no duck, and then like he nearly drowned, then he learned how to swim, and it's just like, there, wow, wasn't that such a great thing to learn? So yeah, like that's why I always say go learn how to swim. But anyways, if you can go to a pool, definitely go to a pool. It's awesome. Following that, play some sports. It doesn't matter. Join a football team, join a basketball team, hockey team, whatever you want to do. Join any sport team you want and just, you know, consistently do that. Now, if you're younger, it's easier to go out for in school, like kids, you go, oh, I can, you know, join a team or something like that. And then also, it's cool because it gives you like a team effort mentality. Like, we're all working towards the same goal. So like, for example, if you do football, you're going to be doing like sprints, drills, all this stuff, so you're getting your cardio in. And also, they're going to hit you in the weight room, so you're going to be building up that mass too. And if you're eating properly, you can get some serious gains from it. But again, like if you're doing track too, you can actually use that as an effective way to burn off extra fat if you have extra fat for yourself. Or, you know, try various things out. Like, you know, it could be dancing, it could be wrestling, it could be whatever. And if you're an adult watching this right now, what I would recommend for you is, you know, just try recreational stuff, like recreational basketball if you want to. Basketball is one of the best things you can do, because you do like so much like agility work on the court. You're going back and forth, running back and forth, like so much stuff going about it. It is one of the best cardio exercises you can do, and it's just fun too. Like, you don't realize how much you are burning. Like, so example, just like going through that entire motion, burning all this excess stuff off. It's so great. It's gonna help you get some nice results for yourself, and then it's a great way of social bonding too. Like, you can meet people and be like, oh, I like this guy and stuff like that. And you don't have to, like, you know, like go to like compete unless you're serious about that sort of thing. But it could be just a fun thing to join and be like, oh, I'm doing this recreationally, I'm just having fun with it. So definitely try out a sport, see what sports are in your area, see what you can do, and that's gonna help you so much. Next up, join some martial arts, you know, do some boxing, oh, you know, do some fun stuff like that, or do some, you know, wrestling or jujitsu or some, like, you know, MMA, depending on what you want to do. But I think like martial arts is just such a fun exercise, and I understand why some people are so hesitant to do it, is because they're scared of getting cracked in the face. But again, as I've talked about in several videos before, if you're going to a good gym, what they're going to have you do is first learn the skills, learn the moves, then they'll get you into sparring, and typically it's going to be light sparring at first, and then they alternate light and hard sparring depending on how you want to go, but they won't just like have you getting rocked right off the get-go. If they do that, then that's not the best thing for you, especially if you're a beginner. The cool thing about it though is like it helps you to learn all these cool things and help you better feel confident in yourself because you can defend yourself in situations you don't realize. Hell, if you want to join a dojo like Cobra Kai, join a dojo like Cobra Kai. It's better than knowing nothing in a situation. But I think it's just like super cool just to have that sort of ability for yourself, just to be like, oh, I feel confident, I feel like, you know, good myself if I had to, like, you know, use my hands or use my body to protect myself. It is such a fun thing to do. Builds up your muscles, builds up your cardio, does so much stuff that'll just benefit you in the long run. So definitely try it out for yourself if you haven't already. Like, I highly cannot just stress enough that I think it's great. And again, like if someone tries to like bully you into doing like hard sparring, like, oh man, only pussies do light sparring. No, don't listen to that bullshit, all right? Because like most of the people who go through all that hard sparring when they're younger, they think it's like, they think in the moment, they don't think about years later, and then they develop like, you know, CTE issues or like, you know, concussions and all this stuff, like numerous concussions. And your brain is important. Your brain health is so important. So don't let them bully you into thinking that you only have to do one thing. Build your way up and do what you feel most comfortable with. That's what's going to get you super far in life. All right, never forget that. Next, let's go back to childhood. All right, you remember when you used to bike all the time as a kid? That was super fun. Or like when you used to, like, you know, rollerblade or scooter, do all that stuff. That was fun, wasn't it? Those were good times, you know, just going around the neighborhood. And nowadays, it's like once we all learn how to drive, it's sort of like, I don't want to bike. I'm just gonna be that nuisance on the road, like biking through cars or something like that. Or I want to ride my motorcycle or something like that. So, you know, it's so nice just to go back and revisit certain things from your childhood and be like, huh, you know what? That's actually very effective. I think I'm going to do that more often. So I'm going to do more rollerblading. Like, for example, I love rollerblading. Rollerblading is one of the best exercises you can do for not only working core stability, but working your legs. And just, you feel like you're gliding. You feel like Shadow the fucking Hedgehog when you're just going through doing everything. It's like so fun. Like, I love rollerblading. I wish there was a roller rink near me. I just do it on the streets and stuff like that. And then, like, you know, ice skating is fun too. Ice skating is fun too, especially during this time of year. It's like perfect to go for. So try that out for yourself. Or again, biking, phenomenal. Like all us kids, like you think back to childhood and just how active you were. Like, I don't know if kids these days are active because, you know, all the social media and internet stuff and everyone glued to their phone. But like back in my day in the 90s, it was just like we're going everywhere, exploring outside most of the day, riding bikes and stuff like that. It was super fun, super energetic, and there was just like so much more energy just because we were more active. Because as I've talked about before in this video, activity promotes productivity. And if you are trying to be more energetic, be sure to watch that video. I gave a bunch of tips to build your energy up naturally without drinking caffeine. Even though I'm probably not selling it because I'm a very hyper person naturally. To go back to another thing from childhood, why don't you try this?
See? Remember doing this on the playground all the time? No, do kids even go outside anymore? Like, I swear, I don't even know anymore. But this was super fun. Just jumping rope. This is super fun. You learn tricks. You can do various, like, things where you speed it up. You can do double unders, like, you know, like that. Tons of cool stuff. You can even cross it like this. It's such a fun time. Burns a ton of calories. And you can watch like your favorite anime or shows or whatever when you're doing it. And if you want, you can get weighted jump rope. This is from the cross ropes thing. These are weighted, so they're heavier, so they work more muscles, so you burn more calories. And, you know, do these slow ones. You can also get those giant heavy jump ropes, which are like really big. They're like made of ropes, but they also have some like made of chains, I think. But it's a fun way just to challenge yourself, but also just like, you know, again, try dynamic movements. Like, you know, cross, fun stuff. Challenge yourself. Try all these different things. And again, like, you can always start off with a little hop. Like, you don't have to go like that right away. You can always do various things to test yourself and try yourself out and see what works best for you, see how your body adapts. And then as you get stronger, you'll want to learn more and get better with practice. So there are so many things you can do to try out with jump rope.
Another thing you can do, join dance class. Dancers are like really ripped because they have to do all that core and stabilization work and pop locking and dropping and doing all that cool stuff. And it's like, it's fun to watch and it's fun, it makes you life the party. So when you're at like, you know, a convention or something like that, or at a like work meet, like you can get in the circle and just be like, oh man, I got this, bruh. Oh, like like, you know, all that cool stuff. It's super fun to learn. It's super fun to like go around, and it just gets you moving in ways you wouldn't expect. Like, oh my God, I'm doing this. Like, hell, even pole dancing, like unironically, pole dancing is one of the best things, because if you can do this in real life, I don't give a fuck who you are or what your profession is. That is strong and that is respect worthy. That is something like, if someone can do that, that is just beast mode. And if you can learn that sort of thing from doing dancing and all that stuff, try it. Definitely do it. It's well worth it. Like, it's just so much fun, and you get such a benefit out of it, and you can always show it off when you need to, and it's just a fun thing to do, and it's just gonna get you so active and moving and boost your cardio exponentially. Another thing you can do, try gymnastics. Gymnastics is super fun. You see people doing backflips and flips and doing all that cool stuff. Like, it's from gymnastics and all that other stuff. It's super cool and super fun to learn. Also, you see how ripped gymnasts are? You see how ripped gymnasts are? That is a fun thing to do, like just doing gymnasts and just seeing like getting that ripped and aesthetic. Like, that is just cool things. Now, you probably won't build up like a bodybuilder, because that's just going to be in some people's heads, but it will get you very ripped and build up a lot of functional strength and a lot of static strength and a lot of like core strength in yourself. And so like, it'll work all those, like, you know, doing all those compound movements and stuff like that will build up your physique very strongly and get you like very strong as well at a smaller frame too. So definitely try out gymnastics. It's a fun place. Now, I know some adults are like, I thought, like, you know, once you're past a certain age you can't go to gymnastics, but actually that's not true. You just have to find the certain gym for yourself. If the gym says like, because what they'll do is they'll say like, oh, this class is like 18 plus and above, fun, right? But like, you know, it's like they will teach you like various things and stuff like that. So like, once my thing opens back up from the COVID BS again, I'm gonna definitely start going there, because I definitely want to see if I can backflip, because I love it. I love like the whole gymnast thing of just like learning various moves and stuff like that. I think it's just so awesome. It's hard work, but it's rewarding and fun, and it's just something to give you a difference than just, you know, going to the gym and doing like a standard routine, or going to the park and just doing a standard routine, which there's nothing wrong with. And again, like, I think you should try out a variety of ways to get in shape for yourself. Following that, I got to go to one of my personal faves that I guarantee that if you do this for 2 weeks in a row, 5 to 10 to 30 minutes a day, you will feel so much better than you do right now. Like, I guarantee, like if you were doing it. And that is yoga. I talked in depth about yoga right here, so I'm not gonna go massively in depth with it, but I highly recommend it. Because again, like, as I said before, I'm 31. I'm 31. So like, all these people were making me feel like, oh, 30s are gonna be so terrible and all this stuff. And I was like, oh no. And like, when I remember the first year I went there, I was like, oh God, something's gonna happen to my knee. Oh my God, I feel like this. But I did so much like yoga and all that stuff, so I felt like, oh, I feel good. And ironically, I feel better than I did when I was 24, because I'm taking care of a lot more stuff. Like, I'm eating better, I'm taking care of my heart and lungs, I'm doing the yoga consistently, all that stuff. And I think that really plays a role. But again, like, 30s is not old. The way people make it seem like, I'm gonna save that for a video topic. I'm gonna have a whole thing for a video topic, because I feel great and I want people out there to feel just as great. It's just consistency, and it's just the fact that you're, you know, getting all that blood flow everywhere. You're getting like nice and mobile and flexible and learning all these cool poses and advancing, and then when you feel better, it's like, oh crap, I could do this. Oh crap, I can do this. I can do this. And of course, don't do it right before you're lifting. Like I said before, like, you should not do it and then go right to the gym, do a bodybuilding routine. Of course, it's gonna make your routine weaker. You gotta do it hours apart from each other, or just do it on its own day, or do it afterwards. That's what you should do. But I explain all in depth in that yoga video, so go check that out. But definitely do more yoga. If you're a person who wakes up and you're always like, I'm in pain, I'm in horrible pain, do yoga. Also, one thing I absolutely forgot to mention, but I love doing it, is, you know, bouldering, rock climbing, you know, where you go to a facility and you climb up and down like the mountains, the fake mountains and stuff like that. That is super fun, because it's like working your upper body. It's giving you a great upper body workout, but also it's just like, you have to like do all these puzzles and move up the thing. So if you saw that like rock climber anime, I forget what it was called, I did a video on it, like, I think like last year or something like that. It actually is super fun, and I highly recommend anyone try that as well. Like, it's a great way to just stay active and keep you moving. But something I will give you a warning about, if you do it too often, you can build up like some injuries in the elbows, like if you're not like, you know, doing the isolation work, which I talk about in this video. So keep that in mind. Make sure to keep your elbow safe, because you don't want golfer's elbow from overdoing that. But just wanted to say that I can't believe I forgot to throw that in there, because I remember I really had a fun time doing it. And to finish this off, a certain program that is important, that is a good exercise that you should be doing consistently if you can, at least. For those people with SOs out there, do some buddy cardio. I can't say what it is because I will get age restricted and this video won't get monetized. And also, if you like this video, be sure to hit the like button because it really helps get out to a bunch of people. But if I say other stuff, it's going to be, taken back. So anyways, I'm serious though. Like, do some buddy cardio. You know what buddy cardio is, all right? Like, that's anyone who says, oh, that's not freaking workout, then you ain't doing it right. You ain't doing it right. Like, if your freaking hips are doing the freaking instead of the like that, like with the hip movement and stuff like and that, and the carrying and all that stuff. See, I can't say specifically because my thing will get age restricted and all that jazz, but you know what I'm saying. Like, it is such a workout when done properly, and both parties are like, not one party's just not dead fishing it and the other party's just not like whatever. You know what I mean? All right, so for example, for people out there watching, so men, women, non-binaries of age, be sure that you know what? Go get your partner right now. Hello there, SO person watching this video. Hi, thank you for joining us today. My name is Jordan Downs, aka Jaxblade on the internet. I've been a certified personal trainer and strength coach for over a decade now, and I've trained hundreds and thousands of clients over various years now. And I just want to express to you that buddy cardio, which I hope your SO has expressed to you now, is, you know what SO is, I can't say it because, YouTube stuff right now, is actually an incredible exercise for boosting endorphins, helping to burn fat, and actually tone your muscles if done properly. And it is just a fun, phenomenal workout for the both of you. And your partner who is showing you this video currently wants to perform that with you. That is completely, just consensual, of course. Like, I hope you're into it, which I kind of hope you do, because this person's been working hard. They've been trying their best. They're doing everything they can. And yeah, I just want you to say, like, I hope you have a fun time right now, and I hope you understand this offer is very great, and make sure they, put in that work. Don't just give it your all. You know what I mean? Like, you have fun with that. Have fun with that. Like I said at the start of this video, this is not a thing to help you build up a physique of like a Greek god or something like that, or make you just like look like a bodybuilder. It's more of just helping you to stay active. And for the advanced people watching this, it's just like, oh, maybe I found a way to try something new instead of just doing the standard jogging and other stuff, because you never want things to get boring. And once you can make it activity, like I remember this panel from Baki where he's talking about like he actually loves the training process. He loves working out. He loves doing various exercise stuff like that because it makes him a better person. That once you get that mentality for yourself, you will evolve to a whole different level, and then you don't have to worry about building up neural pathways because you want to do it. Going to the gym is not a chore for you. Being active is not a chore for you, and that is going to help you evolve to your best self. Also, if you're someone trying to build up a sexy body for cosplayers or going to conventions, I have just a thing for you called Stay Fit at Cons. It is a program I designed to help people stay fit at the convention. So, like there's a ton of Papa John's pizza and all that stuff around the conventions, and that they're going to be super interested in. But, I'm helping you to stay, fit while you're there. Also to help you prep for the conventions so that you constantly look your best. And also like when you're like in your room, you look your best too, like before you go down to the con floor. So check that out on massive discount, only $5 right now if you're interested. But again, got tons of free stuff on my channel. Just wanted to throw that out there. And again, dudes and dudettes, if you made this far in the video, be sure to hit that like button. It helps the video out so much. And type in the comments, Gamer Gains. Easy, right? And tell me, what's your favorite way to stay fit without actually doing an actual routine? Like, what is your favorite way? I'm very curious. Let's start a discussion box down below, and it'll actually help out a lot of people too, so they can, see various things. But, oh, I'm gonna try that. I think it's just a fun way to get into it. Again, I have a Tough Like the Tunes and Would That Work Out coming this month, so be sure to hit that like button and subscribe button and that bell icon. And also, I have a mega Spider-Man video coming later this year, which I'm working on, which is gonna be the same way I did my TMNT video. So I hope you guys like that. Be sure to subscribe as well so that you get notified when that comes up. But remember, like I always say, keep calm, booyah on, and don't forget, Momentai. Hope you have a great rest of your day.